Hi, I'm Tiffany Johannes with RE/MAX Executive and Charlotte Home Experts, but more importantly, I work with the Canopy Housing Foundation Board, and for the last few months, we have been focusing on grant recipients from that board because I wanted to get the message out so that others in our community would know more about some of the fabulous work charity organizations are doing in the Charlotte region. Today, I am thrilled to be here with Caroline Cox. She is with Families Forward Charlotte, and I would love for you to introduce yourself, Caroline, and tell us a little bit more about Families Forward Charlotte and what you guys do.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Tiffany. So I am Caroline Cox. I am the Development and Program Manager for Families Forward Charlotte. Our organization is in its fourth program year, and we partner with families in Charlotte who are experiencing poverty. We work with them in a three-pronged method to help them work towards achieving long-term financial stability. First, we provide individualized adult mentorship. We use community volunteers who volunteer about 4 to 6 hours a month, working hand in hand with their partner family on creating and achieving sustainability goals. They create action plans for these goals, help them overcome any setbacks they might be facing, connect them with community resources, and are really there to not only expand their social capital, but really champion their success in achieving these goals. Additionally, we do monthly educational workshops for our families. Right now, because of COVID, these are all virtual, but we work with community partners and other organizations who will come in and present on relevant topics to the families in our program. So we have worked with Wright Thompson, Child Family Focus, Nuvia, Commonwealth Charlotte, and they will present on topics like financial literacy, parenting skills, career readiness. We have life coaches who come in and teach life skills as well. And so not only does this equip our families with tools that they can use throughout the year while they work on achieving long-term financial stability, but it also introduces them to new organizations in the community that they might not know about that they can also access for assistance. And then lastly, we do essential support for the families in our program. And so this is done through a couple ways. We do school supplies for all the kids in the program at the beginning of the school year. We do holiday meals and gifts. And then we do essential baskets. And these are baskets of cleaning supplies and toiletries and home good items that are given to families 3 times a year, so that way they can focus their financial resources elsewhere. And lastly, we have $1,000 budgeted for every family in our program that they can request at any point to help them overcome some barriers to success. So we will fund housing deposits. We will put a family in a hotel if they are living in their car. We will fund going back to school or getting a certificate to advance at work. We will do transportation support, car repairs, bills, things like that, that can really set a family back when trying to work towards long-term stability. So we try to alleviate some of those barriers as they come up.
Families Forward Charlotte really sounds like they're making a difference in the community. How do you get the participants in your program to help partner with them to give them a leg up as you work with them throughout the year?
Yeah, so we have some really great partnerships with the Title I elementary schools in the community. So the social worker and the school guidance counselor at these schools work hand in hand with the children and the family. So they're intimately familiar with the family's situation and know the families that are ready to work hard and ready to commit to our program, and they will refer them over to us. And then we will work with the family to fully understand their needs and partner them with a community mentor who we call family liaisons. So that way they can have a really sustainable relationship as they work together for the next 1 to 2 years on achieving these goals.
That is incredible. And that's partly how I got to know about your organization, Families Forward Charlotte. It was through our Canopy Housing Foundation and the $3,000 grant that we gave you back in September, I think, to help with some of those families as they needed housing needs, transportation needs, and such, which I thought was such an incredible program. I wanted to really highlight that, as well as you do things throughout the year to raise money to provide essentials, to find volunteers. Tell me a little bit about, I believe it is the virtual Christmas or angel tree, virtual angel tree. Tell me about that program that you have going on right now.
Yeah, so to help the families in our program kind of get through the holidays, which it's tough for everyone, things get really expensive, especially with COVID. It's hard for some of our families to get back into the workforce with their kids being home. So we are doing, we have 3 virtual angel trees going right now. It is for Christmas gifts for the kids in our program, gifts for the adults in the program as well, and then warm clothes and kind of essential winter items for the kids as well. So we have both of those kicking off, and we've had some really great community support. We still have some needs that need to be met on those lists, and we are going to start having gift drop-off at Providence Baptist Church starting November 30th, running through December 10th. And then we will be distributing those items to the families in our program. So there's definitely still time if anyone is looking to sponsor a family or provide some warm clothes for the families in our program. Those signups are still active, and there's definitely still some spots to fill.
I saw that. I believe it was on Sign Up Genius, and we have the link below. It's scrolling, and we'll have it in our page so that people can take advantage of it. And Providence Baptist Church, November 30th through December 10th is the time frame, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. I know we signed up yesterday, I believe, for a couple of children, and we look forward to grabbing some clothes and some gifts to put together. And you've done such a nice job of saying exactly what you need on that site. So I think if you're considering giving and looking for a place to give this year, or for a family to give to, going to Families Forward Charlotte and getting on their list for their virtual angel tree would be a huge blessing for a number of families in our community this year. But beyond doing that, you guys have a lot going on throughout the year. Tell me a little bit about, you mentioned right now you're going to start looking for volunteers, which would be hands-on to help with your clients and the services they need as you partner with them. Tell me a little bit about volunteer opportunities and what you have going on throughout the year.
Absolutely. So our programming runs about August to June. So it runs with the school year. In the beginning of August, we recruited our family liaisons and brought in our family partners. And our goal for this year is to serve 50 families. So right now we have brought in 40 families and 40 liaisons to work together. We're bringing in a second cohort at the start of the new year to round up to that 50 that we hope to meet. And so we're going to be doing another recruitment of volunteers starting in around December. And then training for those volunteers will be in January, and then they will be matched with their family beginning of February to work together for at least the next year, with the opportunity to go for 2 years. Outside of that, we have plenty of opportunities for volunteers to do the essential basket drives. You can either do a donation drive to get the items, or you can pack the items as a team or group. It's a really great hands-on opportunity, especially for like book clubs or businesses to do. In the spring, we'll start looking for volunteer groups to do drives through the school supplies, so that way we have them ready for kids at the beginning of the school year. And so, those are just some of the opportunities that we have throughout the year. And then coming up in February, we'll have our annual fundraising event. So there's just kind of a lot going on. I know COVID is shutting down a lot of things, but luckily we've been able to keep going, great thanks to the amazing community and our amazing donors, and really be able to keep the families that we serve afloat during this very difficult and economic uncertain time.
Caroline, that sounds fantastic, what you do and how you're going about it. If someone was thinking about volunteering to be a family advocate or working with them as an affiliate, what time commitment is that? How often do you meet, and what would that year look like for a volunteer?
Yeah, so it is we say it's about 4 to 6 hours a month for at least a 1-year commitment. This includes a monthly face-to-face meeting. Right now we're saying, weather permitting, try and do it outside where you can be socially distanced and wear a mask. We want to make sure everyone's safety and comfortability is top of mind. But it's really important for building that relationship and that trust between the mentor and the family, at least initially, to meet one another. So it's a monthly face-to-face meeting, and then weekly touch bases, which is a phone call and email, just to check in, see how their goals are going, what you can help them with. And it's a 1-year commitment initially for that. And then at the end of that year, the family is assessed, and they can decide with us if they need to move on in our program for a second year or if they are prepared to graduate. And if they decide to go on for a second year, at that time, the liaison can decide if they would like to go on for a second year with that family as well. We end up seeing that most liaisons do. They form these really great bonds with the families that they work with. And we found that even outside of our program and past graduation, liaisons and their partner families keep in touch, and they are checking in to see how they're doing, and if there's anything they can help with, just because they've worked together and have built this intimate relationship. So it's been really great.
That is incredible. As you think back through, I believe you said you guys have been around for the last 4 years helping partnering with families and other organizations to make sure and find the unmet needs that are out there. How many families have graduated out of the program, and do you follow them to see their successes and make sure that that support structure is still there?
Yeah, so we've served over the 4 years. We have worked with 75 families total who are either have graduated from our program or are currently in our program. Last year, we had 30 families go through and 25 complete the program. So we have a pretty good success rate for getting families to complete the full year in the program. And we do keep in touch with the families after, just to kind of, keep a pulse on how they're doing. And if we can help them with anything or connect them with a community resource, even though they're not in our program, we still invite them to our educational workshops. And additionally, we had a family who graduated from our program last year who has now joined our board of directors, not only to provide insight into the programming, but also she's going to be serving as our alumni chair. So she will be heading some of that communication and the opportunities for alumni to kind of stay involved and up to date on some of the resources we might be able to connect them with.
I love how you say alumni and that you have the support for those who have graduated from your program and moved forward. It really, I'm sure, makes a huge difference in their lives. And I can't imagine how impactful and incredible you feel seeing that growth every day and watching families flourish in our area.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been really great. And previous to my role as a development program manager, I was a liaison for 2 years. So I understand that component of working directly with a family and seeing the progress, but also kind of feeling some of the struggle with them. If they experience setbacks, you feel it too, and you want the best for them. And it's been a really successful program, and a lot of the liaisons and the families that have gone through the program have nothing but amazing things to say, just because they've gotten such great things out of it, and it's been so helpful to them. So it's been fun to watch.
That is incredible. Families Forward Charlotte is doing an incredible job in our community. If you're interested in helping them grow or develop or becoming a volunteer, reach out to Caroline Cox and her amazing organization. That virtual angel tree is here right now. They've got opportunities for volunteers coming up, and they've also got fundraising activities coming up, probably for that $1,000 that they're giving to their clients as needed for housing and stability needs throughout the year. So if you want to know more about that, you can tune in to us, because we will have her back regarding that fundraiser probably late January, early February. But right now, there is need, and I hear of a lot of my friends and colleagues and clients asking, how can we give this time of year? Who's in most need? Caroline Cox and Families Forward Charlotte provides a wonderful opportunity to help families locally, and I hope that you all will donate and reach out to the organization. Again, it's at the bottom of the screen. Is there anything you'd like to add, Caroline, as we finish up here?
No, I really appreciate you having me on today and highlighting the work that our organization is doing. We couldn't do what we do without amazing community partners and donors. They are the life of our organization and our ability to make an impact. So, anything that anyone can give, we appreciate it, and it goes to our families who need it the most.
Well, Caroline, I appreciate you being here. Again, I'm Tiffany Johannes with RE/MAX Executive and Charlotte Home Experts, but more importantly, with the Canopy Foundation Board. We're going to continue to follow you throughout the year, provide support, and look for ways that we can get even more people involved in your organization to help and assist you as you partner with families at the poverty level in need that are looking for a partner to really step up to help them this year. Thank you so much for being a part of this today, Caroline.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Thanks. Thanks.